Hey, welcome to Dave's. What is it? What's it's Dave's arch windows matching arched roof. And I did this video a long time ago, and I sort of forgot how I did it. And I'm glad Dave asked the question. I'm glad that Perry reminded me of the situation. But essentially, this is what Dave wants to do. He wants. I think he wants to have. Look, he's got three fixed glass windows down here, right? And he wants an arched window up above. But he wants this arched window to be actually in three different windows. One, two. Look, this is what he wants over here on one, two, three. Now the question is, how do you control? How do you control this arch over these three windows so it all matches? And took me a second to remember how to do this. But essentially, what you got to do is with these three windows right here, it's got to be. You have to design it as an arch. It has to be an arch. But what kind of an arch? What kind of an arch? That's the question. What kind of an arch? That's the key. Round top arch? Look at this. Can you control the height, the radius? No. Broken arch? You can control the height, but not the radius, can you? Gothic arch? Height, but not the radius. Elliptical arch? Height, but not the radius. Flat top arch? Height, but not the radius. Tudor arch? Yeah. Yeah, I got to think about this for a second. Oh boy. No, that's not what you want. You don't want that, okay? Double arch. That's the magic number. You got to control these windows as a double arch. Because with a double arch, you can control the height. The height being the distance from this low point right here to the top part, and you can control the radius. Okay? That's the magic. Arch. And I'm so glad you asked the question. I'm so glad that Perry reminded me of this. There it is right there. So look, what can I control here? I can control the radius. Where's it? Arch right there. I can radius 40. How about 90 inches? There. I'm controlling that radius. I can control the height of the arch. I can control the height of the arch. Watch this. 6. Oh, arch. Oh, change it to 6. Can I change it to 6? Yeah, I did. Right there. Now I have a 111-inch radius. You get what I'm saying? I can control this. Look, I can tell you. Come on. Can I? Yeah. I can control you. I can control how tall this window is, can't I? I can control how tall that window is, can't I? So as long as I know the look, I'm looking at this window here. As long as I know what this height is on the right side, which is 42 inches, I can control the height of the window 42 inches. Because it's an arch, I can say I want the left side to drop down, or the left side to drop down 6 inches. I can say I can change it to 12 inches, can't I? See, I'm controlling the right edge of that window still, and now I'm controlling the left edge by defining it as height of 12 inches. Now the key is the radius. I can control the radius, can't I? How about if I make the radius, what, do I want to make a smaller radius? How about 80? There. See? I'm controlling the radius. The bottom left-hand corner, look, that bottom left-hand corner is staying the same. The top right-hand corner is staying the same, but I'm being able to control the radius. So now the question is, how do I know what that radius is? How do I know what that radius is? I don't know. Well, there's several ways. I'm seeing if there's another way of doing it. Arch. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, suppose I change this to. I'm deviating a little bit. Oh, 120. There it is. I changed that to a look. You kind of have to make a you know what this is. I mean, you can control this. You have to be able to define this. But what the secret is, you don't want this. You want it to break it into 3 different windows, don't you? You want to break it into 3 different windows. So now I changed this window to a arch. I changed it to a broken arch. What did I change it to? Double arch. Once I change it to a double arch, I know what the radius is, 120. I know what the radius is, 120. Perfect. Cancel. So now I can come over to these windows here, and I can change the I don't know what I can do. This is a arch, it's double arch, 120. Change it to 120. Take this window right here, double arch, double arch. Yep. Change the radius to 120. It's a 120-inch radius. And over here, and the key is being able to control. Here it is. I know I want the height of that window to be there, and I know that I want the height to drop down. Boop, run that line across there. MT to run a distance. Say 1 foot. UU, and I want to change this to a arch. It needs to be a double arch. Double arch. The height needs to be 12. I'm dropping the right-hand side down 12. Because it's double arch, I can control the radius, 120. And because I don't want a full arch, I want a right arch, I think. I think that's what I want. No, I think I want a left arch. Watch this. There it is. There it is. Now, I know you're going to tell me that's not quite perfect because I sort of, well, I don't know. This maybe needs to be pulled down just a little bit. But here's the question. This is pretty close, right? That's pretty close right there. But here's the question. How do you get those numbers exact? How do you get those numbers? How do I determine what this height right here is? How do I determine what, hey, hang on, WA. How do I determine what escape? How do I determine what 1-1? How do I determine what that height is? How do I determine 1-1? How do I determine what that height is? 1-1. How do I determine what, they're all different. That height is? You got what I'm saying? 1-1. How do I determine what this height is? Here's the key. Take this. Look, you have to be able to define this shape right here. You have to be able to define that shape right there. Watch this. CAD detail from view. You got it right there. You got what I'm saying? This is all CAD shit now, isn't it? This is all CAD stuff. 1-1. I know the right side of that window is, well, you get what I'm saying. I know it's 3 foot 6 1/8. Control C, copy that, put on that other window. What's the height of, what's this one? 1-1. That height right there. I mean, you can get that exact height if you want. You can get that exact height right there. And if you know that exact height, you can also then get that exact height. You know what I'm saying? Right there. You get that exact height. It's 4 inches right there, 4 inches. So you can define what these heights are of each one of the legs of these windows by taking this thing, cutting it to CAD, and then just get your CAD lines. And then you control this window exactly. The key here, define that arch as a double arch. If it's defined as a double arch, you can control the height, which drops the left and right side down, and then you can control the radius. And you got a left arch, and I'll show you. I'm reviewing real quick. 24. Do you want a left arch? Do you want a right arch? Do you want a full arch? You get what I'm saying. Left arch, you can control the distance between the top right corner and the left bottom corner with the height, and then you can get the radius you can define the radius. And how do you define the radius? I mean, if you go back to your, make that an arch, broken. No, not a broken arch, double arch. Is that magic? Is that magic? In fact, that's really kind of interesting. You know, I use broken arches all the time, and it's a 24-inch broken arch, and I never know what the radius is. Well, I guess I do, right there, 24 inches. But I can now, if I want to, suppose I want to control that arch, double arch. Suppose what happens if I change that? What do you think happens? I'm not sure. I mean, do you think the top of the window drops down, or do you think the spring changes? How about if I change it to 200? Oh, check that out. Okay, you see what happens? Now I've sort of bastardized it. I'm starting to get to a 2 to arch, aren't I? How about if I increase? How about if I increase the arch? It's the radius. How about if I change the radius to 100? How about if I have? Oh, there it is. Maximum radius is 120. How about if I change it to 50? Maximum radius is 120, but I can increase the arch to 400. And now I'm starting to get. You see what I'm getting on the right hand side here? I'm starting to get whatever I'm getting. You know what I'm getting. How about if I change it to 1,000? Yeah, it's almost straight across. Great question. I'm glad you asked it, and thanks, Perry, for reminding me. That's the end. That was great. This is what is this? This is Dave/Perry arch window video. I think Perry gave us a link to it, but I'm not sure if the link went straight to this video, and I couldn't find the damn thing, so I wanted to redo it again. That's it. The key is defining these windows as double arches. Double arch gives you the radius, which gives you a lot of control. That's the end. Thank you, guys.